Our next guest is no stranger to the challenge and feels the metaverse has great potential. Please welcome to the studio six-time NBA champion, two-time Olympic gold medalist, and New York Times best-selling author Scottie Pippen, joined by NFT producer and promoter Dave Broome, CEO of Orange Comet. Welcome, Scottie and
Good
Dave.
to be here, Christine. Thank you, Lawrence.
Welcome to the spaceship.
We love the spaceship. It's a nice set. You guys did a beautiful job.
Oh, well, we love what you created. Now, you have this exclusive and limited sneaker collection, which takes inspiration from Scottie's career, from his early years into his legendary days with the Chicago Bulls. Tell us what we're seeing right here.
Well, what you're seeing are our MetaWear shoes that Orange Comet, the company I'm the CEO of, created and inspired everything by Scottie and the legendary, iconic athlete that he is. And the cool thing about what we're doing is we're doing 1,000 unique one-of-one sneakers, NFT sneakers, but there's real utility, which is the buzzword, as we all know, and there's real purpose to these shoes. Besides holding them as a collector and being an enthusiast or a fan of Scottie's, you're actually able to use these shoes in many ecosystems that we've developed them for. So, for example, if you're one of the lucky ones to get it, because we're only doing 1,000 of them, you can put it on your avatars in Fortnite. You can use it in Roblox. You can use it in Grand Theft Auto. And we're developing more. And that is where I think, by the way, NFTs in general need to go. We're looking to do, the best content in the world in this space. My background is in Hollywood and television and film and 3D digital design. And so if you want to know where I think the rut gets out of, it's understanding that that this is a content play, not a speculative play in the world of NFTs.
Scottie, I think everyone really wants to know, though, how did you get into NFTs and what was your journey into crypto?
Well, I was curious. I've been in the shoe game for a long time, having a long career in the NBA for 17 years. So just keeping up and staying involved and just curious, I guess, trying to learn.
But you just didn't get involved. You just got involved recently, 6 months ago.
Yes,
when everything was crashing.
I mean, I was studying a little bit about the NFTs. Being out of the game, you find a lot of time to, study and do research about different things. So I wanted to learn about the NFTs and really
and
learn
Web3,
about,
right?
Yeah, and learn about Web3 and digital and things. So once I got the nerve up to say, hey, I want to be in this space, I just really threw it on my agent and say, hey, how do we get involved?
But you don't own any coins.
No, I don't have any big coins.
Why is that?
I'm a little bit scared, I guess you could say, but more skeptical and just being careful. I didn't think that I knew enough to get involved with Bitcoin.
All right.
That's a smart move. Scottie, so just saying, I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, he's right. So are you looking at these shoes? Are they based on actual shoes you've worn? Do you still have the original physical shoes? Do you like keep it in a closet? How far back are we going in your career here? I mean, is it like when you were a kid? I mean, do you have like little size 6 shoes kind of?
He never had a size 6, Lawrence. I'm pretty sure he was born with size 13 or like from birth.
Well, I think this shoe will be totally different from any shoe that I've ever worn. This is totally a digital deal. Our guy Dante is a great designer, so all these designs are new. No one has ever seen these before, and I'll
tell you something on top of that, Lawrence. They're inspired by lots of pieces of Scottie's career and a lot of the shoes that he's worn over his career. But as he said, they're new. They're new. They're futuristic. They actually have designs that are street-based, future-based. But I do want to say that in the 1,000 that we're putting out, 33 of them at random, lucky, random people will actually get a real shoe, a real-life prototype that we're making. So that digital world of blending, physical shoes or physical product and digital product is very much what Orange Comet's doing.
I asked because my son is a size 12 kid size. So
oh my God.
I'm figuring if you got something that size, I could, But there are also prizes attached to this, and one of the prizes I saw was golf. Scottie, you play golf. How long have you been playing golf?
Wow. I've been playing about 25 years.
Oh.
25 years. Who got you into it?
You wouldn't probably know it if you saw me on the course.
Yeah.
I think just retirement. During my career, I had a couple back surgeries, so I never got into golf during my playing days. But as my career started to wind down, I really got into the game and very passionate about it. Wish I would have played earlier.
All right.
Christine, take his back surgeon's phone number because I need one.
I got you.
You got a guy.
I'm really curious about the timing because, it's not the greatest time to enter NFTs and the markets in general. Just wondering what your thoughts are.
I'll kick that off and I'll let Scottie, give you 2 cents on it. Look, I don't agree with that necessarily, believe it or not. It's not that I'm a fan of a bear market, but I want the junk out. This is a growing nascent space. We're in an exciting time. There's a lot of people who should not be in the world of NFTs as makers because they're not in it for the long run. They're not understanding or appreciating the technology of the blockchain and Web3. And for us and for me, and I was at Orange Comet, this is about the best content wins. People don't think that this is a content game yet, but it is, Christine.
And you have some thoughts on FTX and the whole collapse.
I have a lot of thoughts on FTX. Look, it's an unfortunate black eye in general, but the truth is that it's like we were saying, it's a good old-fashioned scam, it looks like. It looks like it's a good old-fashioned, securities fraud, maybe. And I don't want the public, and I don't want general market media to confuse what a crypto exchange is and how that marries to a Web3 blockchain technology that really is evolving this world. They're off on one side, but there are some great companies and great creators in this space. And FTX needs to be looked upon as a completely separate entity from what the bigger purpose is of Web3.
Well, where do you see things, Scottie? Because you just told me you were a little scared of crypto, and yet we're seeing, another cycle of, collapses in the crypto market right now.
Well, I have the confidence more so in myself, but with my team as well. We think that we're bringing something different, something special, something awesome to the marketplace. So we feel like that we're the Trailblazers, even though we're not the first one out of the gate. We feel
You're used to that.
So
he knows how to win.
Yeah.
I'm with the winner. So, that's the way I look at it.
The big thing, of course, is these days, I have 2 small children. All they do is they watch esports. They sit down. I don't know how my 5-year-old figured this out, but she's watching people on YouTube playing video games along with my son. So I'm wondering, how Dave, you were in the entertainment business for a long time, reality television, obviously Scottie in sports, and that's all like live TV, if you will, or at least it's unscripted television. Things are moving into this unscripted world. How does this all fit in? How do you see the future of entertainment down the road when we have people like my kids, when they grow up and they're watching esports and they're playing all these games and they're buying Scottie's shoes and putting it on their characters? What do you think is going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years?
Lawrence, we've been in this digital world that we all live in, right? I mean, just think about it. We've been in the social media, Web 2, for so long, where we're attached to our phones. We're a part of Twitter, Facebook, Insta. So now we're just in the next iteration of that. And for us in Web 3, I think look, if you want to say to me, my girls, I've got 2 daughters at 29 and 27 at this point. Would I want kids to get outside and get away from their computers and enjoy some fresh air? Sure. But I think that there are exciting times with NFTs and taking Web3 technology and taking assets like what we're building on the Scottie Pippen project and having real purpose to it. And that is where I think this can continue to grow, where there's real meaningful. We're not, again, looking for this to be purely speculative. I don't think the future in NFTs or Web3 should be about how much money can I make on this. I think it needs to be about fan engagement. Is there something that I get excited about? There's no difference as Lawrence mentioned about my background in TV and film, about creating a great movie or a great television show. or a great, listening to a great song or reading a great book, why shouldn't we be emotionally engaged in a great NFT project? And that's what we're looking to do.
Where do you see that relationship between Hollywood and crypto headed?
Listen, we have 40 projects at Orange Comet, and most of them are attached to Hollywood. I'm dealing with all of the studios. The Walking Dead is a project. We have a multi-year partnership with AMC. We're about to launch the Anne Rice Interview with the Vampire next week. She's only sold 150 million books. So for us, we're looking to take global audiences around massive IP or massive celebrity and iconic legendary people like Scottie Pippen and find that audience and appeal to the Web3 enthusiasts, appeal to crypto enthusiasts, but also expand it out. How do we onboard new people that have never ever purchased an NFT before, but as a Scottie Pippen fan?
Mm-hmm. All right. I am curious, Scottie, with your friends, like, are there former players you talk to about crypto, or do you see your who's the one that got you into it, or that you talk to about it? You mentioned you're kind of dancing around it at first 6 months ago. Like, who's the one that kind of was your, not role model, but the one that was playing around it? Yeah, roped you in.
I think these guys roped me in. I looked at other guys like Steph Curry, Shaq. Those guys are getting into that space as well. They've been in it. So, you don't want to follow exactly what they did, but you want to come out and be bigger and be better.
And why didn't you, at least in the beginning, start playing around with the cryptocurrencies, at least buying a couple and seeing what it does?
As I said, I was a little scared. So if I'm not going big, I'm not going at all.
There you go.
Scottie, my friend Sophie is a basketball player and coach down in France, and she found out I was interviewing you, and she had this one question she definitely had to ask you. She said, who would you have wanted to play with instead of against during your career?
Wow. Well, that's easy. Shaquille O'Neal. He was the biggest and the most forceful guy that I've ever seen play in the game. And if I'd have had a chance to play with Shaq, I would have definitely extended my career.
You had more than the 6 rings or 7 championships. Yeah.
Maybe you could play with him in the metaverse.
Yeah, Shaq and Scottie in the metaverse would be fun. A fun collab.